But you saw like that delay between like the red and the green zombie, right? That's why making them move really fast will be probably a bit of a challenge. But honestly, if I got the streaming shit working, holy shit, I'm very confident I can get anything I need to running. Because the streaming thing is so good. Like it's such a good fucking thing, dude. Do an announcement because I mean it's a QA stream, so it's worth it. You asking your boyfriend to bring dinner? By the way, I think one other thing I can do to make the AI run a lot more smoothly is make it so only a few of them are moving at once.
Yeah. Does I don't even know, does my mic work right now?
Mm-hmm.
I mean like on the stream.
No.
I don't know either. Does anybody watching want to let me know if my mic's working?
It is.
Okay. Yeah, it shows that it's doing something with my voice. Okay. Just wait up a little bit more. Something like that, yeah. Do you know how to get there? Go to Costco, basically.
Yeah, you just go there. There.
The road Costco's on, Maryvale. Just keep going straight up Maryvale. Yeah. So you go on Woodruff if you go that way.
Just go straight.
Yeah, and then take a right onto Hunt Club, and from Hunt Club take a left onto. Okay. Release dates Q4 2018, sometime in that period.
Q4 2018.
Oh.
Oh god, there's like 31 people now.
Ooh, that's beat my record of I think like 29.
There's 32 now. Well, 30 total because there's me and you watching.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't usually stream with the mic because it's a bit weird for me to sit here and talk to myself.
Q4 2018, Vault Boy.
As long as none of us like die or something like that.
Don't make that joke, man. Practically just killed someone making that joke.
These settings are still at the lowest. Okay. Oh, thanks, Peyton. Yeah, I'm talking. So is Johnny. We're going to do like a kind of like a dev stream QA kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'll try to get work done.
While we work.
Yeah. We'll try to. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Lion's Crib, Unreal Engine.
One time I actually, when I worked at Tim Hortons, in the drive-thru, some old man complimented me on my voice, and he tipped me some money, and he's like, "Man, you should do radio." I'm like, "Sure, I'll take the tip." It's a little creepy, but
That's great.
okay. Day's pretty good. I bought that Glock. I shouldn't have done that. Then I ate some food, took a nap. It's pretty much my entire day. Now here I am, getting some work done. Okay, I think we can pretty much start now. I think it's
Yeah.
probably like the peak of what we'll get. Oh. All right, so I know some people wanted to know what I was doing, like when I'm making stuff, and anyways, right now I'm just gonna make an AC unit for the top of the building.
There is a plan to release a roadmap during the May trailer. Around that time, we're going to be rolling out some updates on the QI software website, so we're going to have a roadmap that'll kind of show a lot of what's being worked on.
I mean, this game is gonna be, it's pretty ambitious. So we have a pretty large world that we want to fill up. So we still have a lot of content that we want to get made eventually. We only have a small team right now, so it's difficult to get a lot of bulk content. So pretty much what you'll see for alpha is kind of the essentials, but not quite what our goal is. Okay. I think that's good.
We may consider doing that in the future, crispy media, but we also have pretty high standards, so
Yeah.
and also vetting meshes takes a lot of time out of our day, so it's all
Yeah,
to
there's-
consider.
Yeah, a lot of it's kind of like the same thing with when we have to, if we consider using marketplace stuff, we have to make sure it's compatible with, like the standards that we have texture wise. Like we pack roughness, metallic, AO, and height information into a single texture. But if the asset that we're given doesn't do that, then it's not exactly compatible with our materials and stuff. So we either have to take the time to fix that, or we just can't use it. So there's little things like that. Okay. So much stuff open. Oh, I gotta sneeze.
Yeah, we're going to eventually implement military bases, checkpoints, that sort of thing. Though there won't be a huge focus on military gear in the game, it will be there. There will be skills that your character can learn. This is something that we're not going into too much detail about right now, but it is going to be a thing in the game. I'm working on zombies actually right now. We won't have a super strict storyline. Gameplay is kind of our biggest goal, but we'll definitely be introducing elements, story elements to the world that you can kind of explore and investigate. There'll be survivors' logs, recordings, that sort of thing. And if you listen to the recordings, some of them may reveal kind of secret locations for you to go and find stuff at.
Of course.
You know, it'd be really cool if we could like stream both of our screens at once at some point in the future. Like Shirk Vision and Johnny Vision.
Yeah, people could finally see you sitting there typing away at nothing.
I mean, booting up a test server 10 times in a row.
Yeah.
Does this work or not? Yeah, Lions, our goal is to make it kind of fit the game, but gameplay is always, like, we don't want to write ourselves into a corner with the AI and stuff like that. We don't want to define behaviors in the story and then have to kind of be stuck with those. Yes, you can craft and modify weapons. Man, sure. I tested the culling thing I mentioned in the meeting yesterday,
Yeah.
and it works really well. But like in the editor, my FPS just dies after after the code runs, or after I like run through a town and like spawn in a few hundred, and then it just does not recover. I don't know why.
Oh.
It's really weird.
Talking about shitty software.
What happened? The max crash?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that before in my life.
No, never.
No. Holy shit, I just realized what was killing my frame rate. It was stepping on the spline road.
What? Why does that happen?
I don't know, because it's Epic's landscape spline too. It's not even my spline system. My splines are fine, but theirs are just broken. If I delete it and it like runs really well, I'm gonna laugh so hard it's not even funny. Well, not really, because it's streaming, but still. I don't even know why that would run badly though.
That's weird.
I worked on a lot of stuff for Gary's mod actually. I did some pretty interesting projects on that. They actually had a fairly similar scope to Dead Matter, so I usually don't go into too much detail though with it. So yeah, we have over 50 melee weapons, Cami.
Alright, time to see what some fans look like. Easy enough. Will there be melee weapons? Yes.
I already answered that. Yeah, there's over 50, and a lot of them have like a ton of mods on them. So our weapons are really modular too.
Okay.
It was actually the spline that
Was
was
it?
killing my frame rate. Yeah, it was actually a landscape spline.
That's kind of really weird.
It really sucks, yeah.
Or at least you figure least you figured it out. Like,
Well, I'm glad it's not my zombie culling hoe. That's all I cared about. Ran over a ton of them. That was really fun. I gotta make the ragdolls freeze after they stop moving for a while. Performance takes a bit of a dive, but I think I can iron it out a bit more.
I've been using 3ds Max like a couple years, but like I only really started using it like the beginning of last year, like 2017. I always had issues with making high polys and baking normal maps and stuff using like an older workflow, and it'd always mess up, and so it always kind of like demotivated me. Like I didn't really want to make high poly stuff, which was required a lot of the time to just make better looking meshes. And then I kind of decided, I'm like, I'm actually gonna spend some time and learn how to do stuff properly, so I'm not so gimped in using Unreal and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just gonna be a very simple fan blade. Like it's, doesn't need to be anything more than this. Actually, I really could not recommend 3ds Max at all. In most scenarios, like it's pretty fleshed out, but it's extremely expensive. Like you can get like a student license, but then you just kind of lock yourself into using 3ds Max. Like if you watch my dev streams, you see that it crashes actually quite often for like no reason at all. It has a lot of bugs in it. But the biggest thing is like it's expensive, and so like with an expensive program like this, which I think is like $2,000, first of all, you only get it for a year, and you expect there to be no bugs, like no big glaring issues in it. But Blender's like an alternative you can use. I never really used it. Johnny's used it before in the past and stuff like that. I know a lot of other people who've used it, and it's not like, you might hear bad things about Blender, but if you know how to use it, you know how to use it. And like if you know how to make stuff with it, you should be golden. Yeah, I heard Modo's nice. Like, a lot of people like switch from 3ds Max to Modo, and they enjoy it. They say that their like workflow gets a lot quicker because I guess there's more hot keys and like shortcuts you can use. I never used it though because one of the big things I use a lot is splines, and I don't last time I checked, Moto didn't have splines, which is a huge turnoff when it comes to modeling, because a spline is basically just like a mathematical line that can have curves and stuff. Like it's not made with polygons and whatnot, and so it's really helpful for making, you know, we use it for roads, but for hoses, just weird cylindrical shapes, you can actually make objects follow splines, which is super nice. And it's just a very powerful tool that Moto didn't seem to have at the time for some reason. I don't think The Walking Dead's an inspiration. I personally absolutely hate The Walking Dead. Oh, okay. I guess it is an inspiration. Johnny's inspiration. My biggest is like Left 4 Dead series and stuff like that. I've always really liked those. I know Project Zomboid's a big one.
Wow, I meant to be muted, but I wasn't. And I probably ate food on stream. But yeah, The Walking Dead for me was kind of the inspiration. Mostly for like the atmosphere though.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not I'll say it this way. I was a fan of The Walking Dead until season 3.
Okay,
like,
yeah, so was I.
Yeah, like it started to kind of get all dramatic and stuff. I was like, yeah, I just want to see zombies get killed.
Yeah, that's the exact reason why I don't like it. And I'm sure the Telltale games are nice and stuff, but I can't appreciate that art style.
I actually really like the Telltale games. I'm really excited for the last one or whatever. I'm kind of interested to see how all that goes.
Yeah, I guess there's a lot of like different The Walking Dead, right? There's the show, there's the game, there's the comics. There's probably some other medium that we have no idea about. I've only ever watched the TV show, and like I liked it pretty much up until season 3, where then it got really boring. And so the first season, I loved the first season. Like that was, that was a good season.
The bread is really good. Yes, there will be Easter eggs in the game. I mean, that's kind of to be expected, though, to be fair.
Oh, shit. Are the fan blades inverted? It gets... If it spin... Now you got me confused. If it spins clockwise, it's going to be pushing air down, which is what an air conditioning unit wants. Right? Right? Sometimes it's better just not to question things, It leads to confusion. Fan physics. Am I completely getting this wrong? That if it spins clockwise, it's gonna blow air into the unit.
Dude, you're the one that took engineering.
Now I know, but I didn't put any thought into this. But now now it's got me wondering. I'm not even sure anymore. Oh, okay.
I thought units blow hot air out.
Yes, I see what you mean, but like, I have no idea how an air conditioning unit actually works. I don't know. It has to pull air in to cool it. So maybe this is the fan to pull the air in. I don't know.
Air conditioning diagram.
I don't. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to look this up.
Lower on it.
Okay. Research and development, I guess. Cool. Okay. I don't actually want to see a diagram. I should. Okay. Yeah, so it blows cool air in on the radiator or the condenser or whatever to cool it. And then that goes back through the evaporator, which I guess then blows that into wherever. I guess it doesn't really matter. There's probably more than one fan. Okay, if this fan shows it's blowing out. Jesus. Is it coming in or going out? Okay, I'm just gonna stick with this. Not like it really matters that much. Yeah, sure. Just come on, snap. There we go. Oh, you know what's funny, Johnny? Valve finally added uniform scaling to static props in Source SDK.
Wow. Amazing.
Only took, I don't know how long, like 14 years, I guess. It just works. Literally unprayable. Literally. Okay.
I'm embarrassed at how much time I've spent doing shit in Source.
How much time you spent on what?
Doing stuff in Source. You should have seen some of the workarounds I had, man. I was like parsing the VMF file to like get all the model positions and stuff.
Jeez.
Then I was like drawing them through my own system at one point.
Yeah, I
got
spent
sick of uploading the VMF, so I just stopped.
I spent too much time in Source SDK as well. I mean, yeah. Because as soon as like I went over to Unreal, it didn't really transfer over any of the skills. I was so intimidated because I had to model everything out, and I'm like, I don't want to model everything. I want to use BSP is best. Best system partition, you know?
BSP is really good for culling lights, though.
Oh, I'm sure it's really good for culling a lot of stuff. You know, just it's not great for games, really. I guess it would be good if it wasn't if you didn't build your world out of BSP, but like if you could.
Time in a place, like it was a really old system. Like a very primitive version of it was in like Doom 1. Like it's a very, very old way of doing things. We just have better ways of doing it now. That's how I see it.
What is this? What is? Oh.
Yeah, VR chat uses Unity. Most VR games do, from what I could tell when I dick around with my Oculus or Vive or whatever.
I was so hyped when VR first came out, and then I got the.
They have a VR arcade near me.
Do
And
they?
I kind of want to go. Yeah, cause like setting it up in an apartment is such a pain in the ass, but
Yeah, that's why like when I was looking for my house, I specifically found like a house that had like a good living room I could set like my computer up and everything and work from that.
yeah. VR arcade.
RPG Maker. Actually, we're using Game Maker.
Oh god, why is it the same in Game Dev Man? Oh yeah, I'm testing stuff.
Johnny's a professional GML programmer.
What the fuck is GML?
It's a Game Maker language. It was actually like pretty intuitive to use. Like I used it, and it actually worked pretty well.
VR is pretty amazing. I don't know what you're on about. It's just really prohibitively expensive and space consuming.
Yeah. It's fun too. Like if you get a good game, a lot of games are shit and they're just like gimmicks.
They
but
just make them because they know people will buy them because there's nothing else.
yeah, but if you get like a good game, like one of my favorites is actually Pavlov VR. It's simple, but it's like Counter-Strike VR, and it's actually really fun. But it's not arcadey because it's not like, oh, just, shoot targets or flip boxes or hit little musical notes and stuff like that. Like it's has a little bit more substance than that. VR is actually getting a lot cheaper now, which is nice. I got what's going on? I got a dev grant from Epic.
NPCs in that matter.
But yeah, when I got a grant from or whatever, I got my VR from Epic. They sent it to me for some work I did, and it was, how much was it? It was like $1,100 at the time.
Yeah.
It was super expensive, and I'm like, I'm never gonna buy VR. And then I was given it, and I'm like, fuck yeah, this is sweet. Okay. the average cost. So 3ds Max is for like most things now. Unfortunately, they're subscription based, right? So it's like a yearly or a monthly subscription. So like 3ds Max,
so expensive.
yeah, 3ds Max is about 2,100 total. Like I think that's with tax. Substance, you can buy Substance Painter and Designer. I think for like 300, or you can get like a subscription monthly for something like 19-20 bucks. Then there's Speedtree, which is 20. Megascans, which I don't know how much like a corporate account is. What else am I forgetting? Oh, there's like Photoshop, Netflix, because you need Netflix, you know. Johnny's he's programming right now, but that's not really a fun thing to watch. So yeah, we use Megascans is like for foliage and stuff. Like you can't beat it. It's such high quality, and there's a lot of content. So it's kind of foolish to either try to make your own or go out and take 15 photographs of the same leaf, right? When you can get it online in higher quality, most likely with all the required textures and stuff with it.
I can't do Netflix and
Oh.
modeling. I always just end up staring at my other monitor.
Oh. I can do it for the most part, but I usually like listening to music when I work, because it can get distracting at times. Yeah, Megascan only gives you, like, I have an indie account for when I do marketplace stuff, and it's I think it's $50 or 50 points a month. And then it kind of sucks is if you don't pay, like if you cancel your subscription, you can't use those points anymore until you resub. Will there be 3D printers in the game? I don't think so. No.
This automatic LOD generation is really good on the zombies. I'm actually surprised. I thought they weren't working. That's how little pop in there is. Cool. Yeah, I hate EDM techno. Like you'll never hear me listening to that, because that drives me crazy when I have to listen to it as well. You have bad taste. Just kidding. I actually really like Coldplay, but I like my electronic. I like, it's not work music, I find. It has a time and a place, but not for working. No, Sherman, that's really time consuming, believe it or not. Yeah, photogrammetry, you're just re-topologizing for days with that. It's not fun. It has its uses for sometimes like rocks and stuff, but that's about it, because it also clashes art wise and quality wise. Like if you can't produce yourself like photorealistic assets, there's kind of a disparity between what you produce and then what you photograph, basically, and sometimes it's really noticeable. And it's not customizable. Like it's very limited in its actual uses. Why isn't this working? Vaporwave. Oh, jeez. Another bug with 3ds Max is it snapping kind of sucks. Johnny likes polka.
I mean, he loves polka.
I don't love polka. What are you talking about?
Are you sure?
Check, I'm not Polish. Oh, I saw Bohemia Interactive's offices when I was in Prague last time.
Were they any good?
I saw the outside of it, so I mean it was just generic building, but like they have these Audis that are like wrapped in the camo from Arma 3. It's really neat. It has like Bohemia Interactive on the side of them. I guess they use it when they go out and take pictures of shit. The day I get a soundbar is the day nobody will want to talk to me on VoIP.
I try to read Stephen King novels, but I can only read his novellas because he has too much filler, I find, in his novels, and it kind of detracts from the whole thing.
No. Not really. I was just there and I thought I'd mention it, that's all.
Awesome. What do you mean by detachable limbs? Like, so we can gib enemies?
Yeah, they can be given.
Yeah.
Enemy planned for.
One of the best things I find for modeling to help out is actually look at how other games have modeled stuff. And kind of, it helps because generally other people will only model out the essentials of, of something. And it's helpful to kind of like, research into other games, see what their assets look like. If you go on like ArtStation and find an artist that you like, you can probably see kind of like a theme between what they have. And so many like RV airtop AC unit or rooftop AC units.
What? Hello, Ghost, yes?
I heard the voice of Shirk.
The voice of Shirk.
I wonder if I can expand this YouTube chat because it's... Oh, I can. Oh, that's so much nicer. It's so much easier to see stuff now. Okay. sure, man. We've all started off modding, like the Source Engine games. I started, I think like when I was 10, almost 22 now, so I guess about 12 years.
I wonder if I'm gonna get slapped by Easy NH for giving myself money in Far Cry.
Probably. It'll catch up
It's
to you
like-
sooner or later.
Man, you gotta use your skill to get the items. But did. I think
Hacker
me and
skill
Conco,
increased, level 6.
I think the slang that me and Conco used for that stuff was like downloading skill or whatever. We'd always say that people cheating are just downloading their skills or whatever.
We downloaded our skills from a website called Google, I think, something like that. Uh-oh, fuck.
I'm pretty satisfied with the zombie streaming system.
Did you fix that like weird issue you're having before where it was like double spawning, or
Yeah, I did.
what was causing that?
I just deleted it because it's Unreal's landscapes flying and mine are superior, and I can walk on them without killing my frame rate, so... As long as mine work, I really don't care. Mine have got more shit on there anyways.
Yeah.
You listening to clocks?
Yeah, it's Coldplay. It's also just YouTube just continuing on with playlist or whatever.
I fucking love that album. Rush of Blood of the Head, dude. I could listen to that for repeat for days on end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Coldplay's great.
Yeah. Their newer stuff, or I guess their latest album is a little too poppy for me. It's not that good. But
It's
then
a little too poppy, but it's still pretty good.
yeah, and then they released an EP, which was fantastic because it was a lot like their older stuff.
What was their EP they released? The
What?
Was it the Ghost Stories or whatever? Or
No, that was the album before A Head Full of Dreams. It's the EP is Kaleidoscope. It has like 5 songs on it. 2 of the songs aren't great. One's Something Just Like This with the Chainsmokers. Another one's with Big Sean or Sean Paul or someone like that. And it's like a rap, and I don't really like it that much.
I've never heard of the. It's not on Spotify. Like it's just.
Oh yeah,
It's in. Oh wait, no albums. Maybe EPs are at the bottom. Oh, it is.
yeah,
Oh, holy shit! I never even realized they released anything new.
yeah. There's 3 good songs on it.
Oh god, the Chainsmokers.
Yeah, they're not. I don't think they're actually in that version because it was played live at in the concert.
I think Parachutes and A Rush of Blood to the Head are my 2 favorite ones. Probably followed by like Viva La Vida.
Yeah, Viva La Vida's I think my favorite.
Yo, your
Because
stream went down. Oh, never mind, it's back.
yeah, it does that. The EP that they had, Prospects March, was fantastic, and then they just had a lot of like content in that era. Okay. Rooftop air conditioners.
Yeah, you can push. There's a melee animation for all the weapons, so you can like push zombies away that are close to you. Left 4 Dead style, kind of just push them away using your gun. Dusty uses Marmoset tool bag actually, for what it's worth.
Yeah, I know a lot of people use it for baking stuff like Nora Maps, AO, stuff like that. Because apparently it's pretty good at that.
I keep typing in the chat instead of actually talking.
Bad Johnny. Bad.
I'm just flying around looking at the like soldier zombie dudes or whatever. I gotta really swap that model out.
Yeah. How's I guess Peyton, he's in the chat. I don't know.
I wish that the movement component didn't run so slowly, otherwise I could probably get more than like 200 zombies up there.
Is Was it 420 that improves movement component, or is that
It's
just?
419, but I want to wait until 420 because I think they're adding some rendering stuff.
Does it improve it for like all the movement components, or just for player? Or?
No, character movement component is used by the player and the AI. So when it's moving, it's like doing a constant ray trace. It's doing a constant capsule trace, I think. So it really kills performance really quickly. Cause like when you have 200, when you have like 200 AI that are walking around or whatever,
Yeah.
it's doing that trace 200 times every frame. So that's why like the FPS goes down to like 50 or so. Like,
Yeah.
Like 200. And it's not even rendering the mesh that's an issue. But it's the system that I just implemented is way better than the one I had before I went down to the States. Plus it has like the added bonus of like the previous system wouldn't have supported the static meshes kind of moving around, like if there was a player in the distance that had zombies, but this one does, so.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yee dog. Yeehaw.
Wants to see my ghetto test down. Oh, actually, no, Shirk, you need to see this. It's pretty fucking good.
1 sec.
There, let me put it on Discord. I'll put it in the chat as well. Oh, fuck.
Are those all static meshes at this distance?
Yeah, at that distance, they meshes.
Oh, sweet.
Oh god, I can't post URLs in the chat.
No,
you good?
I'll do it. Actually, well, I guess I could just open original.
Thanks, Dad.
Gotta fuck those zombies up.
There's not even a road. It just deleted it because it was causing latency issues. But I think I'll count how many it streams in and out while I walk around the town. There's 600 total, and it just streams those in and out, and it just has varying degrees of accuracy when the player is walking around. And then it also like does the, it like bounces through the server or whatever. So clients simulate, other clients verify, and then the actions are applied. It's not a town in work in progress. This is like just really old shitty meshes that I threw together.
Yeah, it's just a temp map. Like,
This is like the temp map that I use for testing all my crap.
yeah. Like the stuff you see in my this is just a temp map as well. It's basically just used to, like, when you build or when you import everything, it's just a map to test stuff, really, to make sure everything works, and so you're not plaguing another map or whatnot.
Yeah.
We're just starting from the top.
Can you like make me a moderator on your chat?
Can I make you? Maybe. I think I can.
I want to post links.
Live streaming. Not now. Stream options.
I really want to show.
Melt manage moderators.
Ooh.
There's, apparently some users have got themselves muted from the chat automatically. You want to send me your YouTube URL?
I was posting it in chat. It was just Nicholas Sorko, my name.
I don't know how to do that with the chat.
Hold on.
1 sec. Put user in time. Oh, okay, never mind. There we go.
There you go. Big man.
No, you're not muted. It was somebody else. It was 2 people. I think it's just because they spammed the chat at one point and YouTube picked it up. Oh, okay. That's what I need to do. I need to put a cage over this. Taurus. Yeah, let's do Taurus. Let's do radius 5.25. Sides 3.
I love the world outliner in UE4 can kill the frame rate in editor testing.
Oh, it pisses me off because it's like when I go to build like a building or whatever, it doesn't like sort through the meshes by like how recent you place them. It's annoying. So it's like if you copy a bunch of meshes and move them over, they copy in a really weird way, and so it's not you can just click them in order, you know, like mesh 39 to mesh 52. You have to actually select them all separately, and it's super annoying. Okay.
I think I'm gonna make the idle animation on the zombies play a lot more slowly when they first get spawned in, so it's like more of a smooth transition. So I might experiment with just disabling teching on the like I might experiment with like completely, well, cause then well, actually no, I want to keep it the way that I'm doing it right now, cause then I can use distance field shadows in the distance, which are cheap as dirt.
Oh yeah, you said you disabled the shadows, right?
Yeah, just the cascaded ones.
Yeah.
But it makes a huge difference. Actually, I just realized something. The zombies up close have shadows enabled, which is interesting. I usually disable that to save my frame rate, but they run well enough that I can leave it on. Anyways, I posted a picture in the chat of kind of the ground view of what the town looks like, and all walking around and stuff. Ignoring me right now, but
all the green zombies are ones that are loaded, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are active, of course. God, I love this. It's like, it's crowded, dude. There's so many of them. At the idle of the player. I don't see what's wrong with the idle on the player. I rarely use third person, so.
Yeah, the focus is more on first person anyways.
Yeah. We probably won't even show third-person gameplay in the trailer, to be honest. Like, our focus is very heavily first-person, tons of zombies, easy way to catch your death, and it doesn't matter.
Oh, what the fuck?
Performance is just terrible because it's editor. If I do it in standalone, it's solid 60. I want to get it to like 120-ish, if that makes sense. Like just optimize it so it runs insanely well, so that we can always just throw more stuff in.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I'm gonna do that without like kneecapping the quality. So, but like the benefit to how the AI is coded is even though there's like a ton of stuff to optimize it, it's all in the background of what it actually does. So, works out really well. I'm gonna experiment with speeding them up a bit and seeing like how well the red ones follow and stuff.
Ray. Rotate. 12.5. Huh? Did I screw this up? A lot of people like third person to like see their character with customized clothing and weapons and stuff like that. What is this? Okay, that's weird.
We have the animated static mesh component trick, so if you separate the fan models, it'll be really easy to make them animated.
Yeah. Yeah, I just have to add a socket, whatever in here. It should be easy enough.
You don't even need to socket it, but if you want to, you can.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess it'd just make it quicker if I did the socket, maybe.
You just have to make it so the animated mesh can loop, because it's intended for cabinets and stuff right now. So it's either playing or it's not playing, so I gotta fix that.
Does it play an actual animation, or is it just like blueprint?
No, it's all through code.
Okay.
It's C++ actually. It actually stops ticking when it's not animating, and very lightweight.
Yeah, I'm gonna texture this. Just gotta unwrap it, and then I'll texture it, and you can see my my workflow for it, I guess. I wonder if this is gonna screw things up. Another issue with 3ds Max that really sucks is it has a lot of floating point errors. when modeling, and it's like impossible to fix them.
Clayton, this is the right now I'm posting the zombie placeholder mesh with textures on it. That's essentially what they are. They're just color coded so I can tell what's client side, what's server side.
Ooh.
Because we have a very intricate system for how the AI actually function.
Are you on mic?
Ghost, you have to check your magazine in dead matter instead of relying on an ammo counter. Sorry. Dead matter is going to be very devoid of a HUD. Like, there's going to be very little HUD in the game. Just the essentials. If that. You know, we could give the player like a smartwatch to like augment some stuff in the HUD.
Yeah, I kind of like the Metro kind of style of that.
Yeah. Our health system wouldn't even be like a single bar. There's so much shit that can kill you in death matter. Your character has like homeostasis that needs to be maintained.
What the fuck?
Go shotguns and bolt action rifles. You have to manually rack the round, or I don't know, use the action on the gun. I'm not sure what the term is. I went to that gun safety course for 10 hours. It really worked. I guess you did that too, actually. 'Cause you
Yeah.
own guns. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the first things they're like, you know, people tell you don't look down the barrel of a gun, but you have to for this shotgun that could blow your brains out.
Being bitten and infected is really unfun, so I don't know if we're actually going to do that. I think we might leave that for a hardcore mode.
Can't believe they teach that. You gotta check for any blockages, you know? What? You can... Oh, I didn't know you could increase precision.
We could Noma room in hell it and make it so you can't like your chat messages just vanish if you're infected or something and you're about to get turned or whatever. It'd be kind of neat, but at the same time, I don't even know if that would fit well in dev matters. So I think we'll have to see with time.
Okay, let's try that. I guess only time will tell if that precision thing actually works.
Oh god, sure, that movement speed that we talked about for the zombies earlier, it's way too fast. They fly.
Wait,
at that speed.
did you speed them up?
Yeah, I'm just experimenting with it right now. I want to see how viable it is.
Yeah, Borg skin, I was able to, it was at 3 decimal places, but I bumped it up to 4. I don't know if it's gonna I don't know if making it more precise makes Max more unstable than it already is, so don't really want to risk too much.
I think it's viable. Any movement speed seems to kind of actually work, so should be good. It actually works better than I thought it would, Shirk. I'm not even lying.
That's good.
Wow. I know. I actually kind of feel proud of myself for this one. Alright, yeah. Well, once we get to the nitty gritty of that, I'll definitely make it whatever I need to. So that's good. I was really nervous about that.
You won't be able to push furniture around. It's more of it you almost like you select it and then you can move it around that way. It's just physical pushing and stuff like that. It's not great for performance. I have a lot of physical actors and stuff in the world. All right, time to use a spline.
I mean, there's a few imperfections when syncing the zombies, but I think once I minimize it, it'll be perfect. Yeah, you can fill up. That's one of my next little projects with the inventory. I want to really flesh that out because I've been kind of focusing on a lot of gunplay recently, so yeah, I think that fillable containers definitely be one of the things that I do some work on, especially for cooking and stuff. It's super useful, and the two things that I really want to go fully in depth with is cooking and medical kind of stuff like that, and drugs. Yeah, of course, drugs. God, the splines in Max are way nicer than Blender.
Are they? Oh, there's still
Oh my god, Blender's spines are painful.
there's still a humongous pain in Max. Like, you think it would just work in the plane that you're editing it in, but sometimes it screws up and like it shoots out into like the Y plane or something, and it looks fine in the X plane, but then you look in the Y and it's all warped and stuff like that, and it's completely unusable. But what is nice about them is it you can turn on rendering, so you can turn a spline into like a tube, which is really useful.
Just getting my cat some food. We were initially going to have fire propagation, but honestly, I don't think it's going to be as fully fleshed out as you're probably looking for. Sorry. Yeah, you can run over road signs, traffic cones will go flying, stuff like that.
In class right now? Are you in like Australia or something? Or is it like night school? Or? Yeah, you must be in Australia. Or maybe, yeah, Asia, I guess. What time is it here? It's 9:51. Okay, I think I'm gonna just texture this now and whatever, it's good enough. I think. Probably not. What do you mean by distinguish Calgary? It's not going to be a one-for-one, like, replica of Calgary.
God, they're killing Mega Threads on Face Punch.
I haven't.
He came back and said no more Mega Threads.
Oh God, I'm so glad I left Face Punch.
They brought back literally the worst moderator. It makes me mad just reading that. Calgary and Dead Matter takes up like maybe a fifth of the map. That's a pretty good indication you'd be near the city. Like it's going to be really, really big. It won't be available on initial release. It's worth noting. A lot of our map will actually be kind of restricted for the initial release, and then we'll be releasing more and more. We're hoping to do very big quarterly updates to kind of rally people back into the game, and then probably a minor one every single month that probably adds a bit of content and bug fixes, that sort of thing. Closed alpha access will be mostly testing server stability, that sort of thing. Whether or not there's kind of remedial issues with like co-op and stuff that we need to solve.
There will be a fair few of like towns and settlements and stuff like that. Like we don't want like a boring world. You know, some games in this genre kind of have like very empty and lifeless worlds and stuff like that. Like the environment's just bland, doesn't have a lot of landmarks or anything like that. We kind of want to have unique locations or unique places within locations and stuff like that. So like a prison, for instance, right? Like that's a unique place. Maybe
we want to flesh out lots of the kind of, we want to flesh out the more rural areas before we move towards the city as well. Like building up kind of an asset library to kind of do the city with rather than 80% placeholder.
Yeah. Whoa, what happened here?
Nomad has to pay $1.50 for regular gas in BC. Jesus Christ.
What's it in Alberta?
$1.10.
That's not bad.
It's disgustingly cheap.
Yeah.
It's so cheap in the States though. Holy crap. Do they subsidize it in the States?
I don't think so.
Really? Oh. Maybe they just don't tax it as much.
I think it's per state has its own tax and stuff, so I think that's probably it. Wow, what happened to this mesh? Totally screwed up. You had to pay $1.50 for gas. Oh god. Stupid 3ds Max. What building would you turn into a base? Are you asking like me or in general? Oh. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, okay. Yeah, there's different fuel types for vehicles. So if you want a big, lifted truck, you might have to get some diesel.
Yep, gasoline and diesel.
And then like planes and helicopters, I'm pretty sure they don't use gasoline at all. Probably diesel, and then like I don't know, some other high energy fuel.
I hate that if you spell leader properly on Discord, it corrects it to the American spelling.
Oh, just like center and stuff. Just like center.
Oh yeah, like center.
Yeah.
Yeah, planes will have their own fuel as well.
Okay, let's get back on track.
We've done stress tests with large AI counts, like 10 players, but we don't really have a big enough tester pool to do a huge test like that. And based on the numbers from only 10 people playing, it's actually pretty easy to get estimates as to how much we used with more people. Luckily, Dead Matter is actually very lightweight right now. Like, because the world's stretched in memory and the world is broken into fairly small chunks, it means that we actually have a pretty good foundation for the game thus far.
Oh, thanks. Oh, God. What a great system this is.
Because I'm doing really boring stuff, to be honest.
Yeah, you say, people are like, oh, I want to see Johnny live stream. And then they see him live stream and they're like, maybe not. Because a lot of the time it's just, you know, if he is programming, he's just staring at text and then opening up, you know, the editor, testing something out for like 3 seconds maybe, and then going back to what he was trying to do. And you don't really have context to what he's doing unless he's kind of explaining it, I guess. Why is this so messed up? Whatever.
I think I'm one of the people that's... I don't know who hasn't done a, like, face reveal. I think I might have. I know you have, for sure.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I don't actually look like my Discord photo. I don't have that mustache all the time and stuff like that.
Yeah, you do.
Always holding a mustache and a gun. I went to a party where I was it was like a costume party, and my costume was a sex defender, right? So I defended from the sex, and people did not like my costume.
Really?
Yeah.
Told it was offensive or something?
I don't know. There was one of my friends. She went to the bathroom and she heard some like girls like, "Oh my God, did you see that guy in the robe? He looks like a pedophile." And like they were so creeped out about me or something. I had to explain to them I was a sex defender, not a sex offender. Okay, big difference.
It's Halloween, dude. God damn.
Went with a gun and everything, and it was good. It was a good costume. A lot of people didn't.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say a lot of people didn't believe my mustache was real. The best defense is offense. I mean, if you put it that way, it was a creepy costume, I guess. What is I'm 21, so about 3 years of sex defending.
my god, I just ran over my cat with my office chair. I like back up and I just see this like black dash of lightning behind me.
I'm gonna call the SPCA on you.
Wow.
Something that really annoys me in 3ds Max is like, if you have a face selected, or a bunch of faces selected, you would think that if you're gonna pan, it would pan around those faces selected. But for some reason, it chooses a random point to pivot around, and
You
it's
can do that in Blender.
it's so annoying. I know you can change some settings, like orbit select and stuff like that, but it's a pain. Because it works most of the time, but then other times it doesn't. Alright.
Well, I've done what I've wanted to do with the zombies. I'm probably gonna get off now.
Time is like, oh god, it's already 10 o'clock. Okay.
I'm super tired.
Yeah, I'll probably just finish this up and then get off the stream so I can make food because I just ate Subway and that's it. Should probably eat some more. See ya.
See ya.
Yeah, Ghost, don't you live just like outside of Ottawa? Yeah, I live in Ottawa. Well, Barrhaven, but okay. It's just, yeah, most people live along the border, but that's because most people live in like BC, Ontario, and Quebec, and it just happens to be like the big cities are south. Looking at the textures. Oh, it's something like that. Like you can't really avoid tiling. It's I'll just show you quickly. The ground is made up of individual meshes, right? And the texture basically fits exactly onto one of these tiles. So every time there's a new tile, it textures, or not textures, it tiles, and it tiles perfectly in a 3 meter by 3 meter box. But like you can kind of edit the texture, maybe like remove some of these brighter spots, but then you still see repetition everywhere. Yeah, I'm using my mic. But the way I'm going to kind of get rid of repetition is, well, you fill it with more props, and then you use a thing called vertex painting, which is like what I used up here. And it basically lets you like paint up to like 3 textures kind of on the mesh, and it can really break up. It looks like well, it is copy pasted, but you can see the wall. I use vertex painting. Like this is what it looks like without it, and then if I use it, I mean, you can see where I can kind of add some like grunge in to break up the repetition.
I missed the good part that I realized. I started looking and the bubble burst. I started looking for excuses. Come on,
Fix the penis on the roof? I have no idea what you're talking about.
I've gotta tell you what a state I'm in. I've gotta tell you in my loudest tones that I started looking for a warning sign.
How are you doing the glass? What do you mean the glass? Buildings won't be destructible. It's a bit too much for us to handle.
Yeah, the truth is,
I have no idea what you guys are talking about with that penis.
I miss you so.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Oh, the glass in the buildings. They're going to be destructible. I still haven't kind of really thought of how I'm going to do it, because to make it perform better, you'd basically, just use like a single plane, but then wherever you shoot in the plane will break the entire mesh, which isn't really ideal. But then you could have each, section of the window frame have its own piece of glass that you could shoot out. But we haven't really tested that performance wise yet, so we'll have to figure it out. Glass will be breakable though. To what extent, I'm not sure yet. We'd love to have lights being shot out, but there's a lot of issues that come with it. We have to, like, lighting the warehouse, for instance, is actually a really difficult thing because there's so many lights in such a small area, and it's like you have to sacrifice graphics, like visuals, for performance at one point. So it's like some of the lights won't cast any shadows, some will, but if one sec. But yeah, having windows, if you can shoot them, or not windows, lights, if you can shoot them out, it can work fine at the moment, but we might have to use a different lighting solution for like interiors and stuff. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that we still have to test out. Yeah, you can probably shower before I get texturing. Please no baby zombies. Please, sir. No. Oh, what is this?
What if there was no light? Nothing wrong, nothing right. What if there was no time and no reason or rhyme? What if you should decide that you don't want me there by your side?
Yeah, there won't be any child zombies or kids or anything like that. It's a really touchy thing, so we're just gonna forego it.
What if I got it wrong?
Elderly people pretty much are already zombies, so you don't have to worry about that.
Put right what I got wrong. Will make you feel I belong. What if you should decide that you don't want me there by your side? That you don't want me there in your life?
When I worked on No More Room in Hell, we had child zombies, and there wasn't really any issue with them. Like I don't remember there being like anybody speaking out about it, but it's just like a weird thing that we don't really want. It doesn't really add anything to the game either, so. Why is this weird? Yeah, some countries already have issues with if there's a dead body, being able to basically do anything to the dead body. Can I think it's like Germany or something like that. It's not a good thing to have. How many games have I worked on? The biggest one is No More Room in Hell, which is it was a zombie mod. Like I haven't worked on any actual games. Just mods in the past and stuff. Necrophilia, what? I really liked the game, like the mod before it came out. Like I liked the the idea of it and everything. So I just wrote up kind of a application for it, and they liked my work, so they accepted me as a level designer. Oh, I was pretty good with like Source SDK, like mapping and stuff, with the Source engine, and you know, it was like they didn't pay anything, right? So it's not like there was a huge, you know, bar to get in on the team and stuff like that. I do have an art station. I haven't really updated it in a while. Let's see if I can find it. It's not great stuff. One sec. Okay, let's see. Are you sure? Goes somewhere for me. Weird. That's weird. Maybe they banned me. No. That one should work. Do I speak French? No. No, I don't. Yeah, like teaching French in Ontario is kind of a joke in schools.
It's been a long time coming, such a long, long time, and I can't stop running. Such a long.
I mean, like I can read French somewhat, but I mean, I wish I had learned French in school, like actually learned it and took it serious and stuff, because I'd love to speak it now, but I don't have the time. Okay. I probably should have done this a little bit sooner, but let's get this into the engine, see what it looks like. You got mail? Oh, that wasn't my phone. No, I haven't seen that. I'm probably not gonna watch it. It's not really my kind of movie.
and it seems like trouble have come all around. I can hear your heart beating.
Most of the stuff on my art station it was something I made for the marketplace, like the Unreal Engine marketplace, and so like wasn't really something I spent a long time on. Kind of video game. I don't know. I'm not really. I mean, I'd always want to see like a Half-Life movie, but I don't think that would work very well. Maybe like Half-Life 2, not following Gordon Freeman, but you might have stretched it out too much, that you see. Oh, I just scaled it up twice. I just seen what it looked like. Where does that happen? Some weird distortion on this. It's very difficult. Yeah, I might make it look easy sometimes, right? But it's kind of the same way like a doctor makes, a surgery look easy, but it takes, years of practice to actually get it right. And, some people are better at it than others and they can just start off a little quicker, but it's not easy. There's a ton of different things you have to do and it takes a lot of time.
Hovering above,
Okay, I think that's good.
like a bird. It's how you think of love.
Yeah, a lot of stuff takes a long time to make, and this could take me a lot longer actually. But it's an air conditioner, right? It's not like a focal point, so you don't need to spend so much time on it, or you're just gonna kind of waste time.
Sometimes they are right, sometimes they are gone.
Okay. But yeah, so like, yeah, 3ds Max kind of sucks. It definitely looks scary when if you don't know how to use it. There's tons of stuff that's, you know, not needed in it. But yeah, anyways, like everything kind of takes a long time to make. Like it can take like a half hour to like a couple hours to make, you know, like something even as simple as these fences can take me like 20 minutes to make, kind of thing. And it's just like, it's a fence, you know, it's just boxes and whatnot. Anyway, so I'll bring this into Substance Painter so then I can texture it. Hopefully half decent. We all make, like, pretty much every artist on the team is self-sufficient, so we can make all the things that we need for the art. So like the model, the texture, the high poly, do simple animations and stuff for them. We don't have a big enough team where we can dedicate one person to just doing texture work. A lot of like larger studios do that. Like they'll have somebody who just models, they'll have somebody who just textures, stuff like that. But because we only have so little, like such a tiny team, we have to do a lot more. If I could work for any game studio, I don't know. I've never really looked into like specific game studios and stuff. I just want to work at a studio that produces games in the genre I like pretty much, and that doesn't have like a toxic environment. Oh yeah, there's a playground. So detailed. Play some X and O's.
Was a long and dark December. From the rooftops I remember there was
Please don't say Activision. I don't even know what games Activision makes anymore.
clearly I remember from the windows they were watching while we froze down below. When the future's architecture by a carnival of idiots unsure, you better lie low. If you love me, won't you let me know? It was a long and dark December when the banks became cathedrals and the fall.
I don't know, my smoothing group's broke on a lot of this stuff. Come back and fix it. You won't be able to. I mean, you won't be able to play on them, but like, you'll be able to do something with them. Okay. Oh, you mean like the seahorse, seahawk, teeter totter thing? I mean, yeah, we can make it like it works in that way. I just have it like that. Okay, I don't. Something keeps breaking on this model. I don't know what it's doing. The chamfer? Oh, it's the chamfer that's breaking everything. Okay, that's why. Okay, should be better now. Chamfer. So chamfer is like it's a bevel. So it just kind of smooths out the edges on something. So if I select these, do chamfer mount, right? You can see how it smooths it out. Using chamfers, like you see how like sharp this edge is. It's like 90 degree. If you use chamfer, it smooths it out, and it can really help make a model look smoother without having to make a high poly and then make it a normal map for it, because high poly can take a long time to make depending on how you've made it, or made your low poly. And so for some things it's just not worth spending the time. Alright, hopefully this doesn't turn out shit. Yeah, it increases poly count just a bit, but in modern engines and stuff, you don't really have to worry about poly count too much. There's a bit of a smoothing error. Let's see what that looks like with texture though. But with modern engines, you don't really have to worry about triangles and poly counts as much as you used to. So adding, 100 extra polygons to a mesh doesn't hurt performance or anything like that. Okay, I've already forgot what air conditioners look like. Okay. Start with just like a basic metal. What would a high poly, it depends on what the mesh is. If you have a character model, for instance, if it's like the main character, some games have up to like 100,000 triangles and stuff, which is a lot. And that's considered a high poly. But then you might have another character who's not significant, and they might only have 8,000 tries and stuff like that. And then when it comes to props, it's like, if you have basically you want to get the silhouette down with like with as few polygons as you can. So if you're making a cylinder like a cup, you know, that should only end up being, you know, maybe 100 and something tries or polygons. But if it was like 4,000, that's way too much for a cup. You know, it's such a small item and whatnot.
Thought of all the stupid things I'd say.
Right. No.
Oh no, what's this? Spider web and I'm caught in the middle. So I turn to run.
So poly count for the AC unit.
Thought of all
So it's 1,053 polygons, which then once you bring it into an engine, it triangulates it, and it comes 2,222. So that's not bad for an AC unit.
if I ever caused you trouble. Oh no, I never meant to do you harm.
Triplanar. Alright.
Oh no, I see. Spider
What's your favorite band? Yeah, it's Coldplay.
so I twist and turn. But here am I in my little bubble,
Let's try this.
singing out. I never meant to cause you trouble.
Change this to a less disgusting color. Rust. Okay. I'll change texture. Grunge. What do you think a worthy modeling challenge item should be? Oh, I mean, guns are always good, but they're a bit difficult. I don't know.
They spun away for me. They spun away for me.
I mean, this is just like a shitty texture right now, but yeah, it's rust and grunge and stuff. I'm just playing around with it. I'm wondering why it looks. Oh, triplanar, that's why.
In my place, were lines that I couldn't change. I was lost, oh yeah. And I was lost.
What do you mean making guns less common in Canada? They're pretty common. Just mostly like hunting rifles and shotguns and stuff, though.
I was scared, tired and underprepared, but I'll wait for it. If you go, leave me down here on my own, and I'll wait for you. How long must you wait for?
So this looks.
Must you pay for? How long must you wait
We one of the ways that we kind of get other guns like in Dead Matter that aren't available in Canada is part of the story is kind of that like there's migration of people from the United States into Canada, and along with them their guns, and so that's why you'll get some, you know, like an AK-47 for instance that's automatic, which is banned in Canada, but you'll still be able to find one.
I was lost, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Pretty sure automatic guns are only banned in like certain states.
Turn your magic on, with me she'd say everything you want to dream away. We are legends every day, that's what she told me. Turn your magic on, to me she'd say everything you want to dream away. Under this pressure, under this weight, we are diamonds, and I feel my heart beating. I feel my heart underneath my skin.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Feel my heart beating. You make me feel like I'm alive again. Alive again.
Height. Oh, that's really weird.
Turn me magical, and you should say everything you want to dream away. Under this pressure, under this weight, we are diamonds taking shape. We are diamonds taking shape.
I don't know much about like some of the unannounced gameplay features. Like a lot of that stuff is Johnny, like he's the one that knows how this stuff's gonna work. Johnny doesn't really stream because he does programming, and it's not exactly the most fun thing to watch.
Honey, you are a rock upon which I stand, and I come here to talk. I hope you understand the green eyes, yeah, the spotlight shines upon you, and how could anybody deny you? I came here with a love, and it feels so much lighter. Now I met you,
Bit annoying.
and honey, you should know that I could never go on without you. Green eyes, honey, you are the sea.
Yeah, C++ is not a great language to learn for your first time if you have no programming experience. It's kind of like diving at the deep end.
And I came here to talk. I think you should know the green eyes,
Never actually used this generator before. How do I work edges? I mean, if you can learn, if you can learn C++ as your first language and actually be proficient with it, I mean, go ahead. Like, it's definitely a great engine or a great language to learn. It's just it's difficult, very steep learning curve from going from not knowing how to program to knowing how to use it. Oh, that's gross. No, that's much better.
From up above I heard the angels sing to me these words. And sometimes in your eyes I see the beauty in the world. Oh, now I'm floating so high. I blossom and die. Sends your storm and your lightning to strike me between the eyes. Sometimes the stars decide to reflect in puddles in the dirt. When I look in your eyes, I forget all about what hurts. Oh, now I'm floating so high. I blossom and die. Send your storm and your lightning to strike me between the eyes and cry.
Oh, shit. Should probably name my layers. Yeah, modeling's not, it's not for everybody. Peace out. Yeah, I wish I could like program more. That's kind of what I wish I could do, but I just don't have the patience for it. It's 1 p.m. Yeah, it's 11 here, but
I think of you. I haven't slept. I think I do. But I don't forget. My body moves, goes where I will. But though I try, my heart stays still. Never moves, just won't be let. And so my mouth waters to be fed. And you're always in my head.
oh yeah, yeah, that was like my second thing I made.
You're always in my head. You're always in my I guess is to tell you you're chosen out from the rest. Bones sinking like stones, all that we fall for. Homes, places we've grown, all of us are done for. And we live in a beautiful world. Yeah, we do, yeah, we do. We live in a beautiful world. Bones sinking like stones, all that we fall for. Homes, places we've grown, all of us are done for. And we live in a beautiful world.
It's not so much that it breaks the model. It's if you have blueprints, sometimes materials change. The map might be broken, might not be compatible. Stupid little things.
All that I know, there's nothing here to run from. 'Cause yeah, everybody here has somebody to lean on. When she was just a girl, she expected the world, but it flew away from her reach, so she ran away in a sleep.
Yeah, a lot of the time if you it also works with like backwards compatibility. Like if you make a map for 4.19 and save it, it probably won't work in 4.18 or anything older. So that's why they have like engine versions and stuff like that.
When she was just a girl, she expected the world, but it flew away from her reach, and the bullets catching her teeth. Life goes on, it gets so heavy, the wheel breaks the butterfly. Every tear a waterfall. In the night, the stormy night, she closed her eyes. In the night, the stormy night, away she flies. A dream of
Zip zip.
so lying underneath those stormy skies. She said, oh, I know the summer set to rise. This could be paradise. This could be
Yes. Did you get meat by any chance? Oh, I'm dying. Did you get Parmesan?
What?
Did you get Parmesan? Yes, that expired. Oh well.
Do you want like a lot?
Yeah. I'm starving.
I was gonna make sandwiches.
Yeah.
This is, your mic's on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Say some racist stuff.
Don't say don't do it.
This fucking Mexican lady. Okay? And she wouldn't, she was too busy, I don't know what she was doing. But not selling me my meat.
What is this music playing? No, thank you. Okay, anyways, I think this is... Oh, no. Oh, actually, it's fine.
Hello. I would like to introduce you to a great woman. I wish I could say that I produced it myself, but I can also say that I've never heard anything quite like it. I hope you enjoy.
Okay.
Good night.
Sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're brown, your hormones bouncing up and down. Sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're sad. It's a weird 9 months that you have had. There's shit going down that you can't disguise, and your boob's gone got 10 times the size. The cup's going up.
Pretty much, just... It's pretty... Yeah. All these, alpha things in, Painter, they're just basically masks that you import. A lot of these are just default, though.
Think you might find that it's really fun. I know there's no use in this, you make it fun. It's something to learn, yeah, it really is. Now you know what that's the
What did I export this as? Targa.
I'm gonna clean up all the booze. I'll be there to make you happy and keep everything clean. I'll change your nappy through the washing machine. 'Cause I ain't no baddie, I ain't no baddie, I ain't no baddie, I am your baby's daddy. Sometimes you think, what a fool I am. But why did I marry this awful man? Now a baby's part of my family plan. And can it kick me? Yes, it can. My name's Ken, and I've got three.
Well, yeah, I'm not, like... It's not too bad, like, it's fun, but, like, I'm not creative whatsoever, so it does have its challenges for me. Thank you. It really comes down to, like, nobody can really, give a good recommendation for a program, because it really comes down to, like, how you use it. And if you're going, like, some programs are better at doing some things than others. Like Maya, for instance, is apparently it's better to UV in Maya than it is in Max, and it's better to animate in Maya than it is in 3ds Max. But 3ds Max is a better modeling program, right? So it really depends on what you do. I wouldn't use 3ds Max because it's expensive, and if you do learn how to use it, you get stuck into using it, and it's expensive to keep using it. What's my current rig? What do I have? I have an i7 8700K GTX 1080 Ti 32 gigs of DDR4. Something like that. Uh, 2400. Thanks. Some weird lighting going on. Oh, whatever. Whatever. If you want, like, yeah, like this, if you want to run the game at absolute like max specs, you're gonna need a beefy computer. There's a lot going on in the game, and it's a huge game, so. Okay, I think I'm gonna end the stream here, so I can get some food. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll probably stream again maybe tomorrow. I still have to rework the footage, so you have to wait a bit to see that. We don't know how big the we don't know how big it's going to be because it's not finished yet, so we can't really estimate actual file size. It's gonna be big though. It's gonna be decently large. All right, see you guys. Thanks.